like cold-minded and analyzing the game, I was just going mad, like what can you say? What can you say? No one actually watched this. Did anyone watch this game like genuinely? I think no one watched this game. We were just hoping something would happen, and then we ended up winning 4-0. I don't even know how this happened. I don't know if you share this feeling with me, but I don't even feel like I've watched this match. Like this was just crazy. I think everyone's going to be able to relate, but let me know what you think about it.
No, because the thing, man, is that I am trying to put it in the just for you to know, and trying to put the stream on YouTube as well, just for the lads that like the YouTube to stream. We are trying to get in there as well. No, but the thing is, man, is that for a moment it looked like was going to be hard to win the game and to get something from the game, it looked like it was going to be complicated, especially because of the second half, the first half. Sorry, man. Where, as I said, Madrid had a little bit more. I think that the game was like Madrid won it. Even if Barca was
Yeah,
also
Madrid. Madrid thought they were going to win.
no.
Yeah, and I see actually in the chat also that A7 is agreeing with me that you're saying you do miss a minute. Me neither. Like none of us, we couldn't miss a minute. But still, like I felt, even though I was watching the game, it's like I'm not really in this. I'm just thinking like, can we win this? Can we win that? And just watching these little talks, in the field to see what the players are feeling. Because imagine, I don't know what you felt at this point, but at 2-0 up, Lewandowski hit the post. Like, no one is going to remember this because Lewandowski scored a brace. And then, we end up winning 4-0, which is still, like, for me, I can't even believe this. But Lewandowski hit the post. And I don't know what you guys think. Like, you guys are going to tell me that in the chat. What did you feel at this point? But I felt like genuinely, maybe it's going to sound like an exaggeration, but I felt at 2-0 that when Lewandowski hit the post, I felt like we were going to lose this because we just need to go back. I think today is Saturday. Thinking is good. So 4 days back,
Sorry for
Tuesday
being late,
when they
lads.
beat
We're trying to connect in
Dortmund, and it
the in
was
Twitter as well,
what was
so
it?
that's why
Two
we
0
took a
and
little
then
bit. But
5-2.
you guys
And
can
I
see,
genuinely thought
you
when
can hear
Lewandowski
me.
hit the
It's
post,
fine. You can
and
see, you can
he
hear
had this feeling, and
Taj as
I know
well.
you guys are going to be able
I'm
to
gonna
relate.
be
Usman
seeing
Dembele
your comments,
missing
man. And
when we
sorry,
were 3-0 up
sorry for
not
being
in
late, man. Here
Anfield,
we are,
before
man.
the
What a
Anfield game
win!
in Camp
What a
Nou,
win
right?
we got
So
today,
it
man.
was the same kind of feeling
Coming
of,
back from
wow, I
the
can't believe I
game
missed
from
it.
Bayern as
It's
well
going to cost
to
us.
do
It
to do
is
what we
going to
did
cost
today.
us. And in the end, it didn't. And it really surprised me, like it takes great mentality to come back from missing this post of Lewandowski to actually winning 4-0 and obviously scoring two more goals after. Like, did anyone actually see? I don't know if you saw the similarity between the Ousmane Dembele miss in Camp Nou. When we were 3-0 up and Lewandowski's post. I felt like it was exactly the same. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, man, because because it was too new at the time, and that chance was to kill the game and to end the score and kill the game
Yeah, man,
essentially. No? And then, but I was fuming, by the way, man, with the level one, man. I was thinking, well, the guy scored the hardest chances and the easy one he missed it. But then, after that came the Lamine goal, that was just incredible, man. I'm just trying to you can continue, man. I'm just trying to set up I think my mic in the YouTube stream isn't working, man. Let me see what I
In
can do
YouTube,
here.
right? Yeah. So everyone is here. Like everyone here is from Twitter. We are gonna go have in YouTube as well, but Twitter is just perfect. And I'm gonna be reading the comments as well, as you can see that A7X. I'm just gonna shorten your name so it's easier. For me, it was essential to start the tempo of the team, though, putting Frankie in
Can you
at
hear me
the
now, no,
45
lads?
change
Can
the
you hear me,
tempo.
no?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I think for me, it doesn't
Can you
control
hear
the
me now,
tempo
no?
as much, right?
Okay.
But it just gives you more like the pressure, right? Of just the ball gets to Firmino.
Wow. So sorry for that. Let me try to talk a little bit with you guys now as we are home, man. His voice is louder than I don't know, man. It was a little bit improvisation, man. In fact, if I in if I honest with you guys, it wasn't really planned to do on Twitter as well, but it came the idea and we did it, man. Let me see some of your comments, man. Sorry to Pena. Wow, Inaki Pena, I think Inaki Pena shouted the voice, the mouth of all of us, shouted the mouth up of all of us, I mean, he with Mbappe today just stopped everything, man, and was good getting off the line as well, man. Overall, he did very good, man. I think everyone did it very well, man.
Getting the better of us, and then to win 4-0, it just so surrealist, you know. Frankie changed the midfield tempo and changed the game. Absolutely, man. I just like Frankie so much. I really wish he could have started. But I don't know if he's fit. But we're gonna have to see what we're gonna do with the midfield, because I thought Dani Olmo actually, when he came on, I don't know what you think, Otavio, but I thought he was great. You know, he found some great chances.
No, yeah, man, for sure. People here on YouTube are also saying that when Frankie came on the second half, it changed the game, man. And the thing is about Dani Olmo, man, because when Dani Olmo came, it was almost the same time that I think Modric came on to Madrid, man. And the thing is that, of course, they were losing, and they need to go to the attack, man. And I said, wow, man, with the midfield that the Madrid has now, and the midfield the Barca has with Pedri, De Jong, and Olmo, it's gonna be spaces everywhere, man. And exactly what happened, but in favor of for Barca, man. Because wow, that Dani Olmo was having so much space, man, in the midfield to take on, man. And I think that is when Barca. Well, I think that was the best moment for Barca, man. For us, the first 20 minutes on the second half, after De Jong, that was very good as well. But when was Dani Olmo on the pitch, man? Because it's what we said on the podcast, man. What he gives you in the final third, man. The ball control is another player that connects very well, man. With Pedri, absolutely, with Rafinha, man. It's a player that, I mean, is what Barca needs, you know. So I think that was the best moment, man. And I mean, man, I think Madrid, of course, they're gonna be pissed off with the win, man, with the loss, of course. But I think they escape off, man, because if Leva is a little bit more effective, man, should have been 6 or 7, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm seeing Ali saying we should have won 8-0. I don't know about 8-0, because to be honest with you guys, I was so surprised that we didn't concede, because man, did we have some chances to concede. I feel like maybe I'm overreacting, because they did get caught offside, and every time, obviously, the referee waited until you know, until the play was over, basically, before he said offside. Obviously, that's the rules, we know them, but I think that's what made us feel like it is closer than it is in reality, because they got caught offside. Does anyone have the stat? Like, how many times did they get caught offside? That's crazy. And I'm seeing some
I think it was like 20.
Yeah.
Something like, I saw something on Twitter, man. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
No.
Something from I think from ESPN, man. The Barca is like the team with most offside traps in this season until now. And to be honest, it doesn't really surprise me.
I said it on the podcast as well. By far. Yeah, go ahead.
Zuriel has said it here on YouTube. 12 was it? 12 was. I mean. Well, to be fair, I had the feeling there was more, man, because on the first half, man, was there was like a hell of it, man. But in the second wasn't that many. But I think that was one of the key points of the game, man. To be able to stop the Madrid counter, because with Mbappe and Vini, you know, we knew it that was going to happen, no. So to be able to stop it, I think that was one of the keys of the match as well, no. Don't know what you think, man.
Yeah, and Mbappe actually scored. You know, like we're gonna forget this in, I don't know, in a few days. But Mbappe scored. Like he did score. It got ruled that it was.
Don Carlo might be so surprised how good Don Flick is. I think that Madrid wasn't expecting him, man. I think Madrid wasn't expecting this level from Barca, man. If I'm completely honest with you, man. Even if they probably were seeing what Barca was doing, man. one thing is to see on the TV, and other thing is to see like live playing against you, man. I think they weren't, they didn't expect it at all. I said we need to make a change in midfield, and Flick made a change at half. We were talking about it, man. I think that was the key of the game, man. The Frankie de Jong sub, and there was a lot of doubts there because people thought that maybe it would be on Caçador place, no, because of the yellow, man. But I think it was the right sub, man, because you maintained like the intensity and the pressing that you had with Caçador, and you put the more calm, more pause with Frankie, no?
But like it was so risky, man. I don't know what you thought about it, but the highlight, even though it worked, it was so risky and it was so close. You know, many offsides, it wasn't that close, but a few of them, and the goal, obviously, the goal. By the way, the finish from Mbappe was crazy, which is exactly why I was so happy when it got rolled out. And man, was I scared when they scored the first, because it felt like once they score in the Bernabeu with all these fans, I think it would have been a lot harder to come back. Well, what's your take on that?
On the highline, you ask, you know, because I was talking with the
Yeah,
chat.
and the highline, and how do you think that the game would have developed? Obviously, we can't know that, right? But the game would have developed so differently if we were to go 1-0 down at this stage, man. That would have been so different.
Yeah, I'm gonna be asking, but just Zuriel here on YouTube put an interesting comment that won't be surprised if Real Madrid TV is crying. Nah, they always, man. Even when they lose,
Real Madrid TV, man. Let's put it on, man.
I mean, I wouldn't have any problem, man. But the thing is that we probably lose the channel, man. I don't really want,
Yeah.
I don't really want that to happen, man. Nah, but yeah, man. They probably are saying that the Madrid didn't deserve to lose, man. It's always like that, man. When they lose, I don't know, man. They always create like some theories that doesn't really make any sense, man. No, but to answer your question, man. The thing is that, man, and then there is the risk that Barca takes, no, man. The way that Barca plays, even if it is risky, it is you allow the opponent to have space, man. But it's the way Barca plays, and at the end of the day, is what is making Barca win. And as Zuriel said, no, we won, so that's the point, man. But yeah, no, for sure, man. If the goal for Mbappe had counted. Because it was a tight offside, it was offside in the limit. I think probably the game could have been, and probably would have been a little bit different, man. But I think that the way that Barca responded, man, the feeling that I had, man, is that Barca was always on the game, you know, man. Even if Madrid was having the upper hand, in the first half, I say, was getting a bit more, man. Barca was always on the game, man. Was always there, was always composed, man. And the same that a little bit happened in the Bayern game, man. That we said it, no? After conceded the goal, Barca kept strong and Barca got better in the match, man. And today, even if didn't concede, what happened is that Barca managed to control and managed to continue the game, and then in the second half with the change to go up and essentially win the game and do what we did, man. And that I think is a very, very, very big improvement compared to last season, no?
Yeah, no, I'm going to take you back to the podcast. By the way, guys, if you haven't checked it out there, you can do so.
Yeah,
go
check the podcast here on YouTube, man. There are two episodes already, man. The first one preview Bayern, the second one talking about Bayern and Madrid as well, no? And the next one's going to be coming soon, probably, no?
Absolutely, and I want to take you back. That's why I mentioned it. It's not just for promoting, even though promoting is great. So I wanted to mention it. I wanted to mention it because we were talking about the high line, and I personally said Real Madrid is not going to be the same. Like we played against, for example, Deportivo Alaves, and they got caught offside 11 times. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's the side. 11 times Deportivo Alaves got caught offside, and I said on the podcast, it's not going to be the same against Bayern Munich, and even less against Real Madrid, because Real Madrid has Vinicius and they have Mbappe, and I was right. Like it was not the same. It was even crazier, like 12 times to get cut offside. I think Mbappe, how many times? Like 20 out of 12. I know it doesn't make any sense, but Mbappe got caught offside so many times, and that's actually what we were saying in the podcast. Like it's going to be so risky against Real Madrid, and it actually ended up happening even more. And reading the comments here as well, that Inaki Pena was also good, credit to him. Inaki Pena, I thought he started the game really badly. Like he made this pass. I don't know if you can remember. I think it was Mbappe, right? Yeah, we tried to catch him off guard. I think it was offside either way, yet again. But Inaki Pena, I did not like the way he started the game. But the save, again, it was offside. I keep going back to the offside. But it was offside, but the save he made, I think it was in the first half, right? At 0-0. This hand he put, you remember, against Bellingham, I think. I think it was Bellingham that got saved by
Yeah,
Pena. And again,
but it was offside, no.
uh,
But even so, it was a
God,
hell of a save. What a save that was, man.
this save was amazing. And then two
But it
times
was
again
offside, I
against
think.
Mbappe. Yeah, once again it was offside against Mbappe, but another time it was not offside. It was a good save, even though I did think it was more of a miss of Mbappe than a save of Pena. Still, I don't know what you guys think. I don't want to get too far with this victory, but I still don't trust Inaki Pena. What do you think? Do you think after this match Inaki Pena has earned his spot for at least a few games to see what's going to happen? Because I think each game, like until we see like a great Inaki Pena performance, we're gonna keep saying maybe it's Chesney, maybe he's gonna replace him. What do you think? Do you trust Inaki Pena or not?
I mean, man, I think me and the chat from YouTube, all of the streams, we always go a little bit on Iñaki, man. Especially because until now, he hadn't shown enough to to have a little bit of more confidence in him, man. But this game, I
Yeah.
think, even if I still want to see Chesney, man, I think the next game against Espanyol, I think is the right game to put Chesney, man. I think today it changes a little bit the situation, man. I think it makes Iñaki, as you said, man, the debate closer, I don't know if it's enough to make him the undisputed starter, but definitely puts him closer enough, man. And I think, man, his performance was superb, man. Probably, I don't know, man. We always do the ratings from the players, man. Probably like an 8, 9, man, for him, because there was at least 2 or 3 saves that for Mbappe, man, that I think were crucial, man. So yeah, man. I think he has earned his, like, he has made what is the word, man? I forgot, man. A statement, man. He has done a statement, man. He has done a statement to consider his placement. But I think it will depend a little bit how Chesney is at his, man. As Real said, the kicking his ass. Yeah, with the ball in his feet still, he lacks a little bit, yeah, man. Because you probably remember with Ter Stegen, the thing with Ter Stegen, he always tried the pass, Even if he was pressed, he always tried the pass and to get from the back with Iñaki, man. At the minimum, he always tried the kicks, man, and that a little still is, I think, something that he needs to improve, man. But in terms of saving, man, I mean, at least 2 or 3 goals he stopped today, man. Still giving
Yeah,
more
the
chances.
guys who are the guys who are in the chat as well, either on Twitter, on YouTube, or wherever it may be. Let us know what you think. So I'm saying, Mia saying so happy to be back on winning tracks. That's the main point, right? Even though like the 4-0 win or that, it's not just a normal win, but we've been winning, man. Like this week has been so crazy. It started with what was it, Sunday, right? The 5-1
Yeah,
nil
the Sevilla,
against
Sevilla on Sunday, then Bayern, now
and
Clasico.
how many goals is that? I think that's 13 goals, man. 13 goals in 3 games, and you can argue Sevilla, right? They are 12th in the table. I mean, they were before we played against them. Maybe they're not the best team, but Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, we played them both. We conceded 1 goal, and we scored 8. Like this stat is for me, it's just unbelievable. Like
It's
to score 8 against these sides.
here on the chat they said it's 13 on 1 in 3 games, man. It scored 13 and conceded 1, man. Wow, how crazy that is, man. To think like last season, man, how much it cost for Barca to score and how we conceded easily, man. The change is just incredible, no?
Absolutely, and I'm saying about Pena A7X saying I thought he played confident and it helped push through the mistakes, whether they were his or the center backs and fullbacks when they need to drop a little deeper. And Modern Psy was saying he gained some confidence. He's a good sweeper, but terrible shot stopper. I think that actually sums it up quite nicely because he was sweeping nicely today. The 1-1 save against Mbappe more than anything. But as a shot stopper, not so much. And it just as a keeper, we're talking about it again. It goes back to the podcast we were talking about it. You need so much confidence when you're a keeper. Like that's the number one thing you need to have before before anything else, because you can be the best keeper in the world technically, but if you're not confident, if you're not standing there saying, give me all you have, you're not going to be a good keeper. It doesn't matter how good you are technically. And then we have some less rational comment of "Vamos, vamos, Barça, Barça mi corazón," which is absolutely valid. That's exactly what we're all feeling. And about Pena again, A7X is saying I do when we were asked about do you trust Pena, and he said I do after the against Bayern. It showed me a little what was coming, and I was not surprised he stayed in goal today. I think none of us were surprised he stayed in goal, right? Because Hansi Flick has said Pena is our goalkeeper, and that's what most coaches say. Until you make a big mistake, let's say, until you make a big mistake, you're going to stay in goal because maybe substituting for example a midfielder, it's not that harsh, but when you do it to a goalkeeper, it's like a statement. You've lost your place, I don't trust you. And that's exactly what he didn't want to do. And I think Inaki, he's not going to change anytime soon until he starts making mistakes, because managers don't really like to start switching keepers. You know what I mean? I think it also happened with Kepa, actually, looking at our rival again. Kepa arrived last year when Courtois got injured, and Lunin was the third keeper, obviously, when Kepa arrived. And then only when Kepa started to make so many errors, only then Ancelotti decided that it was time to try Lunin, and Lunin obviously was amazing. I don't know, what do you guys think? Would you choose, for example, we have, I think, 6th of November, I can't remember now, the game against Espanyol. Do you go with Inaki Pena or do you go with Chesney? And also, when you answer the question, so do you go with Pena or Chesney? And also, did you change your mind? What would you say before this match? And what do you say now? Before this match, I don't know about you, Tavio, I'd say Chesney. Not because I think he's necessarily better, but I think we don't know it yet. He might be worse, but we haven't tried him out. And after this game, I'm still saying, maybe not against Espanyol, because this is going to be a tough match. It's not always a tough match against them, let's be honest. But it's an important match, and it can go wrong. I think, what was it, 2 years ago in 2022? I think it was, I don't know why I remember the date, but it was December 31st. I think it was the last game in Camp Nou. I don't even know why I remember this. But that we drew 1-1 against them. I think Joselu scored a penalty. It was Kristen Selfar, I believe, or Marcos Alonso actually stepped on him.
Which game?
So what? Yeah, the one against Espanyol. I don't even know why I remember the date, but it was December 31st, I believe, the last game of Camp Nou before rebuilding it, and we drew 1-1. So, for example, Espanyol in a week and a half, I can't remember now. Do you start with Pena again?
I mean, man, it's what I was saying, man. I think it will depend on what happens in the week, during the trainings, man. But I think for now, man, at the end of the day, man, this is the mythical phrase, no, man. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. So I think at least maybe the next game still probably would be a good idea to continue with Inaki, man. But the thing is, man, is what you said, man. We haven't seen Chesney yet, man. So we don't really know what is his level and how he's in, man. But I mean, probably I think that there is after the game against Espanyol, there is a game against Red Star, no? In the championship,
yeah.
So maybe that could be an interesting game to put him in. But no, but the thing is, man, that there wasn't. I think those two games, man, if he did it well, Inaki, he would have.
I am legit, man, and we consider one goal. Obviously, it's not like he made incredible saves to save us, like Courtois does, for example, in Real Madrid, or like Ter Stegen used to do in 2019, for example. But still, I guess it means something, right? Like it must mean something. Maybe I'm just overlooking this, but like we see just one goal against Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. So as I said, I'm not really pro Inaki Pena, but at the same time, you consider one goal, and I think he deserves credit, man. Even if it wasn't amazing, and I do look at this pass that he made today, and the way he was caught off guard, like out of the penalty area like 2 times. Man, it scared me. It scared me. Like that was crazy.
Nah,
That was absolutely crazy.
it definitely is impressive, man. Because against Bayern Madrid, man, with like the offensive potential and offensive arsenal that both of the two teams have, man. For him to concede only one goal, and the goal that he conceded against Bayern, the Kane one was it was a goal that was not, of course, not his fault. A very difficult one to save, man. So I think that what I want to say is these two games were a very big test for him, no? And I think he has approved, man. He has approved, and when you do things well, I think that the reward, no, the reward is to continue and to continue having your opportunity, man. I think he has earned it, man. At least for now, no.
Yeah, I see what you mean, man. I mean, we can argue, but I think that's probably the popular
Hello,
opinion and
Otávio,
probably
que
the right one as
amassou
well.
hoje, disse que o Liverpool
And
perdeu o
A7X
na
is saying,
PSM
can we
final
talk about the midfield? The
na
midfield was crazy, man. And
mano.
I still
Não,
have
o
to
gol
find
que o
this
Liverpool
pass
perdeu,
of
mano,
Casado
o
to
terceiro, né, que eles têm
Lewandowski
um
because the
hat-trick, mano.
first goal,
Eles
man,
têm a
was
puta,
amazing.
mano.
And
O bicho
Pedri,
conseguiu
like,
fazer os gols mais
what can you say, man?
difíceis.
I was so
Os gols
scared. I
mais
think it was
difíceis
like
ele fez os
the
mais fáceis que ele
fifth,
perdeu,
like the
mano.
15th or
Lembra
20th
scored the
minute
easiest
that
goals
Pedri
and
seemed to get injured. And
the hardest
I guess
goals
we
and
all thought, you guys were going to
easy
tell me
ones
about this.
he missed,
Me,
mano.
I thought,
Nah, mas incrível, mano, incrível.
wow, like
O que
if we're gonna
mudou
lose
foi a
Pedri
mudança do Flick
again, man, I
no
think it was
intervalo, mano. A entrada
Chouameni,
do
right,
De
who
Jong, mano,
stepped on him,
no
and I said,
intervalo
wow,
ali, foi o que
this is
fez o
just
Barça
so
ganhar
unlucky,
o
man.
controle,
Like
ganhar o ritmo
again,
do
it
jogo,
has to
mano.
be Pedri, and it has to be
Essencialmente
when we
colocar o
most
Barça
need
na
him.
partida e ganhar, mano.
But he didn't, man. He didn't get injured, and Pedri was just amazing. Did you also have this moment, Tavio, when you thought like Pedri's injured? Because I think it was Chouameni, right, who stepped on him.
Yeah, the step foot from Chouameni, man. Well, for a moment I thought that even could have been a red, man, like in the first moment, but because it looked like a very strong entrance, no. But of course it was non-intentional and an accident at the end
Yeah.
of the day. Yeah, man. Because if Pedri, we always know that, man, that the men have tendency to get injured, man. But did you think, man, that Pedri? What do you think, man? Do you prefer Pedri as a number 8 or as a number 10, man? I personally think he can do both of them very, very well, man. But in this system, I don't know, man. I think he feels comfortable as the number 8, even if I'm asking more as a global picture, and also for the chat. But the change of Frankie is what changed the game, man. But what do you? How do you think he performs better in the team, man?
So personally, I think I can do both because Pedri is one of these players. Now, wherever you put him is going to be great. Like you can even put him on the wing. He's not going to be the best, but he's going to be
Nah,
amazing.
but does the
That's
job,
what I
man.
think personally. Yeah, but I think number 8 rather than number 10. I'm going to explain why because I think a number 10 is more like Rafinha, who only thinks about creating chances. Obviously, without the ball, Rafinha is pressing like a madman. But the thing is with Pedri, if I'm Barca, if I'm Flick, I want Pedri to start the attack. Like I want Pedri to take the ball from Cubarsí, from Inigo Martinez, and start the attack from there. You know what I mean? Like the only reason I don't want Pedri at the 10, it's not that I don't want him, but the only reason I would rather have him as an 8 rather than a 10 is because when he's a 10, he doesn't get the ball as much. And I want Pedri to be touching the ball. It's the same reason, for example, the World Cup, and not even the World Cup, but Messi, since almost always, right? Messi is not waiting for you to give the ball to him like, I don't know, I don't have any, but Lewandowski, for example, even though he does drop deep as well, which I don't like personally because he's not a
No,
Messi.
it's not his best.
But yeah, but I don't want Pedri to be waiting for the ball to get to him. I want Pedri to control the game himself. I want Pedri to take the ball from the center backs and give it to Rafinha, to Lamine, to Lewandowski, and that's why I actually prefer him as a number 8. And A7X is also asking in the chat, in your opinion, who is the best starting midfield, and how does it change going forward with all the guys coming back from injury? So that's actually we
It's a very
we
good
also talked
question,
about it in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a discussion about this. This is going to be so hard because Gavi seems to be getting back to rhythm. I guess he's not going to start the next game because it's too soon, man.
It's
The
too
guy
soon.
hasn't played in almost a year.
I thought he
But
was gonna
maybe
be playing.
2 3 weeks.
He's gonna be playing more Gavi today, but boy, I guess because of that the way that the game went on, no, he didn't play that much. But I thought he was gonna be playing more, man, maybe 20, 25 minutes. But at the end of the day, the team was the way it was, no, so there wasn't really need to change, no.
Yeah, and I think another aspect is the game had such intensity,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, when it wasn't having the same intensity, we were winning 4-0, and man, I was scared. I don't know what you guys think about this and what you, Tavio, felt, but I felt like at any moment any player can get injured simply because Madrid are frustrated. And earlier it was okay, the intensity is crazy, so it's dangerous. And then later on it was like the intensity is not so high because obviously the game's over. But man, I can't remember who it was. Vinicius that made this foul and that thing. It's like playing a Getafe at this point. It's like take Lamine Yamal off, take Rafinha off, let them all rest because this is dangerous. I don't know if you felt the same at this point.
But the Madrid players as a whole, man, I think they were very heated up, man. Vinicius, especially, bro. Vinicius, we already know how things are, man. But I gotta be honest, man. Sometimes he pisses me off, man, because every single play, man, every foul,
You Brazilian, we have to say.
the guy was complaining, man. I mean, play football, man. Play football. And you are losing like 3-4 and the guy is complaining, But I mean, this is what it is. But what had you asked before, man? That I forgot.
Nah, if you also had this feeling of man, anyone can get injured at
Ah,
this at
yeah.
this point.
Yeah, man. Yes, I had the feeling, man, because I think like the last 15, 20 minutes, man, like the feeling on the game, man, started to get a little bit tenser. No, I think that also there was, man. I don't know if you saw, man, like a beef, man, on the bench, man. I think it was. I
Yeah,
think it was
I was
the
actually
second
going to tell you about
manager
this because
from Barca, man, with Ancelotti, man. I wanted to see it. Didn't have time to check on Twitter or anything like that, man. To see what exactly happened, man. I just saw like the Marcos Sorg, with Ancelotti, and Ancelotti super mad. I mean, that he was losing, so it kind of makes sense.
yeah,
But yeah,
I
man,
just
he
found the
heated
tweet
up. He heated
actually
up the
that's
game, man.
yeah, I was gonna tell you, I just found the tweet of Fabrizio Romano saying, I'm gonna actually show you this right here. Fabrizio Romano saying,
Put it on the
Ancelotti,
screen, man.
what happened in the league, no problem with him, but one of the assistants did not behave like a gentleman in celebrations.
Yeah, it
So
was it
I
was
told him
Marcos
I
Sorg, I
completely
think.
agree. So we did see this moment of Flick saying, yeah, I know what you're saying, like I know what you mean, that this is not okay. And actually I am curious now to see what, like, firstly who he was, like, who did whatever he did and what he did,
What
because
exactly he did,
like
no?
he was furious at Ancelotti, and Ancelotti, we can say many things about Ancelotti, but he doesn't get mad so easily, even though 4-0 in Bernabeu, man, like you must be furious. But yeah, I'm wondering what it like. Did anyone see it? Maybe someone in the chat knows. I'm gonna be looking for it as well.
Yeah, if you guys
But I
know,
don't know if
man.
anyone saw it.
I mean, man. The thing is that well, the thing is that if you cannot celebrate a 4-win nil in the Bernabeu, of course it depends on what he did. I don't know exactly what he did. If he lacked respect or made like a gesture that he shouldn't make, then of course it's unacceptable, man. But if he just celebrated on the bench of Madrid, or I mean, this is what it is, man. You lost it 4-0, dominated. You you just go on, man. And the thing is, man, that like the Madrid supporters are just funny, man. Because when Barca won against Bayern in the midweek, I also saw a lot of people complaining, man, because the Barca celebrated as he had won the Champions League final. I mean, man, if you cannot celebrate a win against a team that you hadn't won 9 years ago, man, or a win against your biggest rival, man, I mean, what will you celebrate, man? But yeah, man, I don't know. It depends on what he did, man. If it was just a normal celebration, it is what it is, no?
Yeah, and I'm actually seeing a tweet from Fabrizio Romano again. Ancelotti quote: "Last time we lost 4-0 to Barca, we won La Liga and the Champions League."
I mean,
To be fair to him, that is true, but
that-
I don't know, man. Like you just lost 4-0. I don't know if that's an argument. Like, I'd say,
w-
like I want the Champions League. We have 15 Champions Leagues.
Well,
But man, like
I know that it was I think it was the 21-22 season, no, when Xavi came up, but I mean, man, that when Barca won that game, I think Madrid was like 10 points in the lead, or like 8 points. They basically had won the league at that time, and
yeah,
then Champions Barca wasn't even.
yeah,
So I mean that that is not an argument, man. I'm sorry, but I mean, if you compare it now, Barca is on top, you know. But I mean, I
yeah, absolutely,
can
man.
kind of understand what he
Six
wants to
points,
say,
man.
but
6 points. I
yeah,
don't want to get too excited because, as you guys may know, if you hear our podcasts, you may know that I'm a little bit pessimistic. I try to be optimistic, I try to get better, but maybe I think it's also an aspect of let's not get too excited because then I'm gonna get disappointed and all that. But I don't get too excited. But 6 points, man, at this stage, 6 point, I think it's perfect, man, because and also the head-to-head. We were talking about this. This is important.
yeah,
We
man,
must remember that the
that is
head-to-head
one of the keys
record.
as well.
We beat them 4-0, even if they beat us 3-0, and there is a long time until May. But even if they beat us 3-0, and then we have the same amount of points, we're gonna be the champions. So it's probably not gonna be the key factor, but it is also something to remember. That's really important.
No, and imagine, man, if Barca had won against Osasuna, man, it would have been 9 points, I think, man. Imagine
It
if
would have
it
been
had
crazy.
won that game, because there was the the game day, the game round, no, the journey where Madrid and Atletico played and drew, man. So looking back now of losing that game, but wow, it is what it is. Nah, but for sure, man. So what we talking on the pod as well yesterday, no, man. To win today, not only about the 6 points that we would have and have created the difference, but as you said, the head to head, no, man, that is the criteria that it makes it decides the league, man. So to win this first game and have the second one at home, man, I think is a very very good difference, man. And I mean, now the thing is that Barca has the advantage, you know, man. Barca has the 6 points, and now even it's early, and there are a lot of things to happen. We had to play against Atletico. I don't know who else, man. Like difficult Real Sociedad. That there are difficult matches to come, of course. Madrid again. But now, at the end of the day, man, that the league is kind of for Barca to lose at this moment, no? Because we have the advantage and we have the momentum, man. But yeah, man, and
It
coming
is.
off again after the game against Bayern as well, is just to put like the cherry in the cake, no, for after a incredible week, man.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing some matches. I'm seeing either A7X, and I'm also seeing someone saying it's frozen, but I've got the stream open and it's not frozen for me. So
What exactly
so
is frozen? The stream?
yeah, yeah, but it's not. It's not. I'm just checking. So don't get me panicking like this. I'm saying, when we talk about Leva on the first goal, Leva scored goal 2 steps outside the box. The confidence he is playing with only shows how much the coach is affecting the players. And I think A7X, you just summed it up quite nicely
That is
because
very good, man.
because
Go
and
on.
I always, I actually like today at work, at Sport 5. So I talked with someone and I said, I really want to talk to like a top manager and ask him, how do players change their performance so quickly? We were talking about Rafinha at this point, and I asked, like, Rafinha obviously changes positioning, but let's talk about Lewandowski for a moment because Lewandowski did not change his position. Lewandowski is always doing the same thing, right? He always waits for the final tap to finish the chances, or he drops deep, which with Xavi actually did a lot more. With Xavi, he would go even to the center to
Yeah,
get the ball and start the
halfway the
attack,
pitch.
which I hated, man, because his first touch is awful. Uh, but how does it happen? Change the manager, a few little tactic things, and Lewandowski is another man. How many goals is that? Is anyone still counting? I
I think
think
it's 14 in the league. I think it's
15.
14,
Yeah,
14, 14 or 15.
yeah,
So
I
that
think
someone
14 in
will
the
know for
league,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I think 14 in the league and 16 in all competitions. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. But either way, he's scoring goals for fun every single game, every single game. At race against Real Madrid, Lewandowski does not usually score against Real Madrid. He scored against them in the what was it, 3-1 win of the Super Copa in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
He scored a goal, and I think he had an assist as well to Gavi, which was amazing. But he doesn't normally score against Real Madrid. He usually struggles a lot against Rudiger. And today he could have finished with 4 goals. Let's be honest, because he did have some crazy misses, but at the post, man. But the first 2 goals, I thought they were just amazing, and these were actually the hardest 2 attempts that he had. Of all attempts that Robert Lewandowski had, these 2 were the hardest. And I see that you have a lot to say, so go ahead.
No, man, because it's curious. No, he scored. As you said, man, he scored the hardest ones and the easiest. I was saying to the chat, the easiest ones he missed, man. It was just incredible, man. And the thing
The
that in the
other
first
man,
goal, man, did you
yeah,
have the
that-
feeling at the moment before he shot it that he could have gone like closer to the net, man? I thought, what are you doing shooting like that, man? And then just the ball in the back of the net like that, you know?
Rafinha was alone on the
Yeah.
left. Rafinha was alone. But Lewandowski took the shot. I guess it's one of those, like if he's gonna miss,
Had the
you're gonna
confidence,
say
no,
like,
man. The
what the hell
confidence
is this?
makes that with the player, I think, man.
Confident. And the header, man, like the ball. By the way, the pass from
Incredible.
Was absolutely amazing. This cross was just crazy. And then the way that he gets the ball from the left, and I'm not gonna try to do the same thing because it's not gonna be the same. But the way that he does it, man, and Lunin had no chance. Could have been Courtois, it could have been Kepa, it could have been Pena. No one can save this because this was so accurate and it had power in it. And Lewandowski just surprised me so much. And then this post, man, like as I said, Dembele 2019 against Liverpool, it was just the same for me. He should have scored this, and he could have, a hat trick. Obviously, either way, we're going to remember this performance of Lewandowski because of the brace. But if he would have scored, it could have gone down in history. Like a hat trick in the Bernabeu is something that not many players do.
Who won the I didn't saw in the time who won the MVP, man, of the match? Did you saw of La Liga? No, probably was
In my
Leva, no?
Yeah, I didn't check. Guys, do you even know that? I'm going to be reading some comments as well. Mbappe never knew how difficult El Clasico is. The thing is, man, Mbappe, he hurt me with this goal, man. Like, the finish was amazing. And I think 10 times, man. I think the number is 10. He got caught offside, like, at least 8. I think between 8 to 10. Crazy, man. And Mbappe, I think he normally scores against us, even though in the first leg last year against PSG, Kovacic did an amazing job against him. But today he got caught offside so many times, and Vinicius, I felt like obviously he did have
He
his
was away
chances
from him,
because
man.
Vinicius,
Didn't do that much.
yeah, but Vinicius was not as good. Was not as good. He did have some chances, could have scored, and then it was shut up mouses, but no, man, Vinicius did not do what he usually does against La Liga teams. Uh, let's see what A7X is saying. But the most difficult is scoring, which was opposite last year. Last year was missing big opportunities and scoring the goals that didn't matter.
To be
Take a
fair, man,
bounce,
I,
Hands
I
flip.
thought Mbappe was going to
Absolutely,
score
man.
at
And
least
Mbappe will get
one,
no
man,
West
one
today.
or
Never
two.
stepped
I
up
thought
big
it
time.
was
Hands is
going to be
changed.
difficult
I don't know how,
to get away
like,
the match
what he
without
did
Mbappe
because,
scoring. Even if
like, what do you
Barca
actually
had
do in order to
had
change
one
someone
when he was
who's
4-1 or
36
something like
years
that.
old? Like,
But
you're not
did it
really
well
going to
with
just change. For
with
example, let's say Lamine right now, right? Lamine's
Mbappe
only
as well. I
17. He's
mean,
only been playing for a year
that
and a
was
half.
saying about
You can
the
change
game against
so many
PSG,
things in his
but in
in
this
his
game,
play. Like,
Barcelona
you
was
need to
always
go back.
in
You
the
need to
back of
go
Mbappe,
deeper. Or
not
you can
allowing
tell
him
him
to do
whatever,
anything.
and he's gonna consider it. But when you're 36, you don't really change your game so much. Like you can change a few things, but I really don't get how he did it, man. And I'm gonna be looking
No,
for the assist as well.
as you look at, man, the thing with Leva, man, I think we I don't know if it was on the pod, man, or was live here, man, that we talked, man. The thing is with Leva, man, as you said, he as a player, as what he's been doing the pitch hasn't really changed compared to last season, man. But I think the main point, man, is that well, he is more time in the box, and he's getting like more chances more frequently, man, and chances where he dominates, man. That is inside the box, and there where he is like the main man. No, that is where he does his best, man. And the thing is with Leva, man, if he gets four or five clear chances, you would expect him to put at least as he did. He had 4, he put a 2. So the thing is, he's getting better chances, and he's scoring more as well. Because last season, I remember, man, there was sometimes that he got chances as well, but I think he individually wasn't his best, man. But I think he's getting more chances, and he's converting more as well. I think it has to be a little bit about the team. Wow, essentially, about how Barca has been playing. What thing has changed with the team, man. But what? Not only with Leva, no, with all of the team is essentially, no.
Totally, man. I'm gonna be showing the highlights as well of this match because we've got them right here on YouTube on La Liga YouTube, and I
Is
want to be looking for the. Yeah, go ahead.
no, just to check, man. On YouTube, I know it's not possible, but on Twitter, there isn't any problem to put it on. Just to check it in terms of copyrighting and
Because
all
it
that.
is
Man.
it is uploaded on La Liga and they've got the credit and all that.
Okay. Nah, then go on. Okay.
So I was gonna show the pass of Casado, which was this header of Inigo Martinez. Man,
Well,
it's really been
Casado,
crazy.
two assists on two games, man. But I don't know about you, man, about the chat. But Casado, for me, I mean, I don't think he can get dropped about this team of this team, man. Even if Dion, Gavi, man, I think his place on the team continues, man. With what he gives on the table,
Yeah, yeah,
it's difficult to
it
take
is
him
like
off.
man because it's so unfair to the other midfielders because they're great, but what can you do, man? It's been so good. It's been so good, and this offside was so tight. And I want to go back to the pass of Casado in the first goal. Like, how do you even see it, man? This was so crazy. It was right here, right? I want to make it a little slower so you can see. Look at this. Wow. There are 6 players between Casado and Lewandowski. Lewandowski sees this and Casado, this is so crazy. Like this angle. Wow. So many Madridistas in one place. And it gets past them all. And, who was it? Who was really close?
But
I think it was
I wish we
Militao.
could
Yeah, it was.
show the
It was
highlights as well,
Militao.
man. But on YouTube,
Look,
unfortunately,
look how the
we cannot,
Rafinha
man.
being there,
So,
and then
sorry if the
Militao.
stream today on YouTube is
Instead of sticking to
a little
Lewandowski,
bit different
Militao
what,
just
what we're
decided
used to that.
to guard
But it's
Rafinha,
just
and then he
a
doesn't
test,
save
man.
this,
And the
man.
next
Oh,
one
this is just genius. This
will
is genius from
be
Casado.
standard
And then he could
as
have
always, man.
actually passed to Rafinha,
Nah, but I mean,
but
man, what
at
we
this
can do,
stage,
man,
just saying
with all
we don't
having
know.
the game,
It
man,
actually
with
happened to us against Bayern Munich, like
euphoria,
starting
man, with
passing and
the
all
level
that, but
that
no,
Barca
he just
shown, man,
scored it, man.
is
Just scored it.
understood, man. It's understood
That was crazy,
to do
man.
on Twitter and try to get
What a
more
great
people, man.
goal. I
I
was
mean,
so
man, I'm
surprised
just
because
ecstatic,
Madrid in
man.
the
I'm
first
just
half, Madrid
ecstatic
was
of
so
what we're
much better,
seeing.
in my
Thing
opinion,
is,
just because
the
they
main
were
thing is I think is
dominating.
to try to keep
But
the
the
level
second
on,
half
man.
was such a different story. And
Let's
look
see
at this
how.
pass from
Hopefully,
Balde.
he can last.
This
He
header,
can
man.
last
Wow, this is
as long
just
as possible,
crazy.
man. But the level is so high,
This
man,
is
that
crazy, man.
it's gonna be difficult to keep it up, man.
And the fans going crazy. Did you all see like how the fans went when I can't remember when it was. I think maybe when Pedri came off. And they were going like this. That was crazy, man. And this is actually a great save from Pena as well, even though you have to say Mbappe just sort of shot it straight on him. But I guess you do need to put your body there. And then here again, that's a great finish from Mbappe, but it just gets got offside so many times. And I'm seeing also the chat. Let us stepped up big time. He really did. And then this, man. How do you not score this? And look at this pass from on like with the left as well. That's a great pass from Rafinha. And how do you not score, man? I know obviously it doesn't matter now, right? Like we've won 4-0, we got the 3 points, but look at this. This is crazy, and
I
you
mean,
can actually see the.
he thought
Uh,
he thought it was so easy, man. That I thought, nah, I'm not gonna score that, man. I already had scored the hardest one. This one, I don't need to score, man. Nah, but it's kind of crazy, man, for him to miss that one, man. With open night, all of that, man. I mean,
I was celebrating.
it doesn't
I
even
was
matter right now,
genuinely.
man.
I was celebrating his goal. I don't know how he didn't score that. Vinny was the biggest threat, and Mbappe was an offside merchant today. Was the best player on the field. It is critical to win the game. Who are you talking about? A7X. Who was the best player on the field? Well, Leva. His legs and lungs are the heart. You're talking about Casado. Yeah, Casado was after the performance against Bayern Munich. Well, I thought Casado was just unbelievable against Bayern Munich, and
For who,
he's just gone and did it again.
for you, who was the
Casado.
man of the match, man? For you personally.
Ah, actually, I didn't get that. I do have it on FOTMO, but I don't think it's the like official. But on FOTMO, statistically, it was Lewandowski. I'm guessing it's Lewandowski, man. Like, how could it not be? Even though it did miss some.
I think it's difficult not to be him, man, with the two goals. That was very involved in the match, man. Also, with his back to goal, did very well, man. I mean, there's a lot of players you can choose. I mean, Lamine can be up there with the goal and with the overall game. I think Rafinha, of course, he scored his goal, but I don't really think well, in the second half was very good, and the first half wasn't the best one for Rafinha, man. But I mean, who else, man? I think Kubarsi, the game for Kubarsi, man. I was saying with the chat, man. I think you were saying, the against PSG last season, he did very well against Mbappe. Today, again, man, I think most of the actions that he had with Mbappe, he did it very well, man. So, but the whole team, man, the whole team as a whole. But Leva with the 2 goals, is difficult not to give it to him. Man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm just showing also the highlights and Bellingham, man. Like, what were we thinking at this point? Like, 2-0 up, it's good, but the 70th minute and Bellingham, I don't know if you can see it, Otavio, but you surely remember Bellingham almost scored against, basically no one because no one was guarding him in this.
In that free kick, no?
Exactly, in the free kick.
Yeah.
And this is already in. And I just want to remind you that Bellingham already won 2 games against us, like last year, the brace in Madrid, and then the Bernabeu as well. So annoying, but this time, man, this close. And I think we just all coolest at this stage go, like, suck it, man. Like, you've had enough. And then again, this is a really hard one because again, Mbappe. I'm just showing you that the Mbappe chance
Yeah, I'm
that
seeing it.
Inaki saves, like he shoots straight to the center, and this is so hard because at this stage you have to gamble. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if Mbappe is Messi, he's going to the near post,
Yeah.
because Inaki is already gambled on the far post, and I was actually gonna gamble as well on the far post, and it was actually because we did have a lot of time to think, that's a long time. And I was saying I'll go far post, and that's what Mbappe tried to do. He actually ended up shooting straight to his legs, which obviously is unfortunate for him. But Inaki Pena, I guess, good job to stay on his legs there, even though it was not the hardest one. And then this from Rafinha, a great pass to Lamine, and Lamine with the right, like.
Nah, yeah, with the right, yeah, man. What a goal that was in the top of the net, man.
Perfect, man.
Had
And
he
then,
scored with the right before, man? Cannot remember, man. Either way,
yeah,
incredible goal, man.
that's a great topic that we should talk about. Yeah, has Lamine ever scored with the right? I think the answer is no.
I think no.
I can't remember. Like, I mean, it won't be that far off because this man has he's
Italian
17.
Classico
But
tomorrow.
I don't think he ever
Inter
scored with the
versus
with
Juve.
the right
Very
foot.
good,
And
man.
then this
Very
was
good
it who
game.
passed it.
This
Was it
this
Inigo?
weekend there were, of course, the Classico.
I'm looking at
Derby
the
d'Italia.
last
There
goal.
were some
Inigo,
very
man.
good
I'm not just
games
saying
as well,
this
man. But now the
because of
Barca
this
won, man.
goal.
That is the
But Inigo with his
that is
long
the most
passes,
important
man,
thing, man.
he's always been like you really
What
surprised
time
me
is
when he
that
joined
exactly,
Barca.
man?
Like that's
Do you
something
know?
that
Well,
he's
I
always
might,
had. And
if
I don't know if you
don't
guys
have
saw it,
any
but
other thing to do,
obviously
I'll
today I
probably check out
posted
as well. By the
the
way,
article about Rafinha and ahead of the
welcome,
Classico
Nick,
and
man.
after
Nice
obviously the
to see
hat
you, man.
trick, even though I was gonna write it even before, but because of his great season and Rafinha, man, I was so happy when he scored. Obviously because he got us the fourth goal, but also because I wrote the article and I'm saying like it could be an
About
historic.
Rafinha, no?
Uh,
It's called
yeah, it
you
could
wrote
be
it, no?
yeah, a historic week for Rafinha. We're back to seeing you, by the way. I close the highlights. So yeah, I was just so happy because I wrote this article, and I know it's a little bit selfish, but I wrote
No,
this
no, no,
article on
no. Don't
Rafinha. You
worry,
can
man.
also find it on the Barca bus, and I was like man, I said it would have been a historic week if he actually scored against Real Madrid and won it again. And personally, it's one of the best weeks I can remember as a Barca fan. Obviously, you can't compare that to winning the Champions League or winning the league. But in terms of mid-season, 7 days, even like take the 4 days between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, obviously 3 days. But if you count the both days, 4 days, I can't remember such good 4 days in 1 week, man.
I
In
mean,
in 4 days to win against Bayern Munich, I remind you, 9 years. It's been 9 years since we last beat them, and we were talking about it in the podcast. We haven't beat Real Madrid in a year and a half.
exactly.
Go on.
No, no. I mean, man. I don't. I can't really remember, man. The last week, man, when we came off after a game like a top Champions League game, as we did the one from Bayern, and then went on for a Classico and won both of them. And not only winning, but winning with the feelings, with the way the Barca played, man. I mean, it has been an enjoyable season, man. The thing with Barca this season, man, not only of course winning at the end of the day is what makes things weird, man. But I have the feeling when I sit down and watch Barca, man, I know. Well, at least in most of the games, man, I know I'm gonna be enjoying, man. I know I'm gonna be enjoying. I'm gonna be, there is a word in Spanish and Portuguese, no, desfrutar, no, like be
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, no? Like essentially enjoying and be happy what I'm seeing, man. And like last season, the season before, even the season that we won the league, man. Even there were with Xavi, you know, there were very good moments in there. As a whole, there were moments that were a little bit shaky, you know. So so yeah, man. To not only to be able to win, but to win and to play well is at the end of the day what us Barca fans like to see, you know.
yeah, absolutely, man. And this is just a week that I think whatever happens, we're gonna remember for a long time, you know, because to win again, Bayern Munich, it's been 9 years, and we were talking about it in the podcast. I think the podcast on Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
which game would be the harder one, and I was saying Bayern Munich simply because it's Bayern, man. No matter if we play good or bad against them, we just lose. And then obviously Real Madrid, obviously it was going to be a hard match, but I can't believe we ended up winning 4-1 and 4-0 and scoring 8 goals
Scored
just
eight
in
goals
one.
in the two. Yeah.
Would have never believed it, man. Would have never believed it. Like,
And which of the two do you think Barca like? Essentially, which of the two you think was the harder one? Because the hardest one. Because at the end of the day, Barca got through incredibly by the two, man. But I don't know, man. Well, I don't know what you think, but I think in the game from today, I think there are more moments that Barca suffered. No, the game against Bayern, the first 20 minutes were the most difficult ones. But after that, Barca controlled well. I think this game we were more close to like to being in a complicated situation than the one from against Bayern. I don't know what you think, man.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the chat's thinking. I'm seeing Visca Barca in the chat, which I always love.
There are a lot of Vizca
I
Barca
think,
today.
yeah, I think this match has to be the hard one,
Yeah.
simply because the intensity. As we were talking about, the intensity for Real Madrid was crazy, and I felt like they were dominating at the start, and I felt like the players were feeling it themselves. You know, like this is so tiring. Like, how are we gonna get out of this? And I think it takes a lot mentally. And I think the key was to get down to halftime without
Yeah,
conceding,
with the
because
new.
once
Yeah, I
you
thought that as well.
concede, yeah, because the second half, new game. You know, nothing matters. Maybe they got a little bit more tired because of the effort they made, even though we made the same effort, obviously. But I feel like to get down to half time and not concede, this is such a key in this match, because if you go down, for example, even 1-0, which is not awful, you know. Obviously, you can come back from this, but to go back when it's go down to halftime when it's when you're 1-0 down. I feel like you're saying to yourself, "Ah, man, we should have scored. How did we concede? You know, this is gonna be so hard to come back in the Bernabeu." And when you go down at halftime, you're saying, "Wow, like we are genuinely starting a game at 0-0, like nothing matters, and we just need one chance." And this is exactly what's happening. We just got one chance of Lewandowski, and man, like he converted real well. And actually, when I'm saying one chance, I'm thinking about the. We need to talk about the minimal, the chance that he had, man,
Yeah, in the first
uh,
half, no?
against at the start.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Like, why did you try to chip this one? Like, just shoot it, man. Just with power top pins, you know. I don't know what you thought and what the chat thought as well, but just put it top pins, man.
I don't
Like,
know, man.
genuinely, just
Sometimes I think the players try to like overcomplicate themselves. I don't know, man, if it's to try to score like the tricky goal or what is exactly, man. But yeah, that one is just was just to shoot with the left foot strong on near post or far post, man, and that's it, man. I know why he complicated himself up. For example, the Leva one for me, he overcomplicated himself as well. But was at the end of the score an incredible goal, so it doesn't really matter, man. But yeah, man. In the first half, that was the big chance for Barcelona because other than that, I think there was one from Rafinha. I know that I think I don't know if you remember, man. That Balde was really open on the left wing, man, and Rafinha instead of
and
passing,
it is
shoot as
like
well.
from outside the area.
Yeah, outside the box, no.
Yeah, and then Hansi Flick was losing it. You know, Hansi was like, "Why are you not passing to Balde?" Because
I
I
saw.
understand Rafinha. And actually, as a player, I like to do it as well. Like everyone thinks you're gonna pass, so I'm just gonna shoot. But at the same time, even though they know you're gonna pass, he's free. Like even though they know he's gonna get the ball, there's nothing they can do at this point. Just pass it to Bowser, let him score. And I like, I understand the confidence at this stage. We all know Rafinha has crazy confidence, so just it's good. Like shoot it, but I think he should have passed it to Balde. And I don't know if Balde would have scored because his finishing is not good at all, usually.
Maybe
But
could have
you have
tried a
to try.
cross, something like that, no, or would be a more closer situation to score than the Rafinha was. No?
Absolutely, man. It's a one-on-one.
Right.
Yeah, and this was just a shot outside the box. And I thought actually, Lamine in the first half, I didn't like his first half simply because he was not really there. He was trying to dribble a little bit. He did not walk badly. You don't lose many balls, but at the same time, in big games we do want to see Lamine a lot more involved. Like take the ball, like Messi does. Not comparing, but Messi just takes the ball and let's start playing. I felt like he did not do that, but at the same time, I'm also saying this is good because what happened with Messi, that he would take the ball and he's our only chance of scoring. Obviously because the team was also like worse. We had I don't know Griezmann and Depay or
Yeah,
whatever. No, Depay actually.
Coutinho, all of
Depay
that.
came after. Sorry, Braithwaite. Yeah,
Braithwaite, yeah.
I'd rather have Depay. Yeah, Braithwaite and Griezmann. Um, so I do like the fact that we don't only trust Lamine. Like
Mm-hmm.
with Messi, it was just give the ball to Messi, and usually it would work because it's fucking Messi. But I do like the fact of okay, we can pass the ball, we can do other things. We're not just gonna give the ball to Lamine and let's do your magic. Because I think it used to happen with Xavi a little bit. Like sometimes you just
Mm-hmm.
okay, Lamine, if you're gonna do some magic, we're gonna score, and if not, we're not gonna do anything. So I did like that, and to think that our front three has been scoring so much, man. Like even today,
Mm-hmm.
Lewandowski breaks,
Yeah,
Rafinha goal,
each
Lamine
one,
goal.
each
It's
one has
always
really
them.
scored, no? Each one has really scored.
It's always them, man. It's always them. Like I was shocked to see that they keep doing it game after game because I always keep saying, at some point this must stop, because at some point we must go back to normality, but it's not happening just yet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Zuriel here in the chat has put a nice comment in, man. Honestly, Frank is making a very strong shout to start both time he come on, he control the game. Yeah, exactly, man. We're talking about in the midfield, man. Not today against Bayern, but especially today because Frankie came on in the half time, and for me he changed the game, and that was the key to win the game. But the thing, man, is who do you take off, man? To put him in. Pedri, you cannot take off. No, anyway,
You can't.
no, not at all. And Casado for me as well, man. I think he has earned his place at the team, man. Even if that would be the debate, man. And in number 10, man, in number 10, you have other options, man. So it's difficult, man. It's difficult. But at the end of the day, I think that is a positive thing, man. Because I know some seasons ago we would be like begging, man, to have that many options as we have now in the midfield, for example, man. So, but I think the main point, man, is that any player that comes in the team, I think is performing at a great level, man. Independent if he's a star or not, man. I think the main point is everyone is at the best level and everyone is like connected and doing what they have to do, man. And then who plays? I mean, I think Frank is gonna be starting a lot of games, and for example, the game against Espanyol, he could easily start as well. But
Absolutely. The key is rotation, right? Like these players, I think they're tired. Let's look at if we're looking at midfield, it's going to be Pedri. Pedri's got to rest.
yeah,
Pedri is used
sometimes,
to
yeah.
resting a lot more because he's usually coming back from an injury. And Fermin is only come back from an injury himself. So
Oh.
I'm guessing like all of them, Casado, they all need to get some rest. And the thing is, we are talking about it in the podcast as well, that the front three also need to get some rest. And the thing is, we've got no substitutions because
Mm-hmm.
Ferran Torres is injured, just to remind you all, and then I almost felt that. So Ferran Torres is injured. Ansu Fati is not performing. He didn't even come on today. And then Rafinha, Lamine, and Lewandowski are playing all matches. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do because there's not much we can do. But I guess in terms of midfield, just let them rest. Pedri, for example, next game, Pedri, take a week off. If you think this, just take a week off in Ibiza or something. Chill. You're good. You've done well this week. Take some rest. And then Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo should play again. Frankie De Jong also. Same story. And we've got some great midfielders, and Gavi. We'll see when Gavi gets back.
Yeah, I think that the next game is a very good game, and I think it's the game to put Dani Olmo, put Frankie, to these players that are coming back, man. Also to rest the ones that were playing a lot, Pedri, all of those guys, and also to get the other ones back in more rhythm, even if, as I said, I think everyone at the moment is very good, man. And of course, in the attack, as you said, and as we discussed on the pod, if you take out Rafinha and put a Ferran Torres, for example, you will feel, and there will definitely be a drop in quality in there, man. But in the rest, man, in the midfield, in the defense depends, but in the midfield specifically, man, I don't think everyone that plays is being doing a very good level, man.
Absolutely. And I've got to show something to the stream, to our chat. Look at this admin of the Barca page. I'm showing them. I don't know if you can see the Twitter, but it's a selfie of Lamine with his. Oh man, this is just beautiful. Oh, this is crazy, man. The admin of Barca is crazy. We're seeing Inigo Martinez with his passion. Oh, man. And we're seeing also Mesut Ozil, un madridista. Vamos a la Madrid. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, this is bad.
He didn't end up very well, that, no. He didn't end up
This
well.
is, oh man, this is too much. Man, wow, I'm seeing some nice stuff, and we still need to find out what the thing was with Ancelotti and the guy of I don't even know who it was, the assistant manager of
Yeah,
Flick.
it was
It's
the
no longer
second manager, man. I think it's Marcus Sarg is his name, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I
I'm still
think it
used
was
to
with him. At least in the end of the game, when the game ended, when the managers cheered themselves and all that, I saw the second manager together with Hansi Flick, together with Ancelotti. So maybe that he was that. Man.
Yeah, but maybe someone in the chat saw it. What happened with Flick there, because he did agree with Ancelotti. This Ancelotti said, he agreed with me that he crossed the line there.
As we said, depends on what the guy said, man. I don't know. But if the guy said something like disrespectful or not, I don't know. At the end of the day, you lost it and that's it, man. Go home and reflect, sleep, and the sun comes back in the next day,
Yeah. I'm just seeing some crazy stuff on the. Let's go to the FC Barcelona page on Twitter. Like the stuff they're putting right now, that's crazy. And look at that of engagement they get, man, because everyone is looking at them right now. Wow, that's crazy. Inaki Pena with the tweet already. Like, I feel like with the players, what they do is they finish the game, they thank the fans, the away fans, and they should just go and upload to like the upload to social media. I don't know if it's actually them or the community manager that they have. But man, they just upload stuff right away.
I was checking the Insta as well, man, and there are a lot of I think I saw Casalo, Inaki Pena. There are a lot of posts of the players about the game, man. I don't know, man. I think the first thing they do when they get to the dressing room is probably to go on the phone and post something, man. But I mean, it's quite fast, to be honest, man.
Yeah. Do you think it's actually them, or is it like their an agency, or like what do you think? Because I can see myself. I don't know, man. I don't know what I would have done, but let's say I win 400 to the Bernabeu. I finish the game, open my phone. Where is my best photo? I start filtering photos and say, this one I'm gonna post it and say Vizca Barça. Like I don't know what's going on with these guys, but And okay, Raujo, it's okay because he's not playing, and Ter Stegen. Oh, this is just beautiful. This is beautiful, man. If we don't end up winning any title this year, it's gonna be so painful just because of this week, because
Nah,
this
yeah,
week
man.
is so special.
It has no man. It has to. Of course, the season is still early, no man. But after what we are seeing, it has to be like I don't know, man. Super Cup, a Copa del Rey, something like that, man. And then of course there are the big trophies, man. But I think this season already deserves, man. Already deserves a title, man, because it has been just such a beauty, no man. Such a beauty. It would
Yeah,
be bad,
and I'm
disappointing, man.
saying in the chat as well that statistically, A7X, I'm just saying that statistically, Leva, Marca, Salon, Kunde put in performance though. Yeah, Kunde, man, I was scared because even though Kunde is having the best season of his life, I always feel like, man, the next game he might mess up, but he's just so solid. Like, I don't know if you also feel that, but with Kunde, I'm just remembering the like last season, and I'm saying, man, he's gonna mess up, but he's not. He's not messing up.
Well, me personally, man, I think it's probably the player that I'm together with Nigo at the moment, man. The player that I most feel safe about, man, in defense in that case, man. Because I don't know, man. I think he has got to the level, man, that he has got to that level of consistency. Every game that pass up, he always like puts like a very very I don't know, man, like a 7.5, 8 top level performance, man. And today again, man, in the second half, especially, man, when Mbappe was more in the left wing going against him, man, I think there wasn't any 1v1 that Mbappe, maybe one or two max, that Mbappe got over him, and so
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, man, I think he's definitely, if not the top one, top three, top two, top three, definitely, man. Not only right backs, but definitely defenders as well on Europe at this season, man. The guy has been just an incredible level. And to think, man, that I don't know about you, man, but many of the Barca fans thought that right back he wasn't his best position, man. I mean, he just has proved that he has at Barca. Maybe as a player, he's better as a center back, man. But at Barca, he his best position is as right back, and he has proved that, man. And I
yeah, because
mean,
offensively he's not good. Like, let's be honest, it's not that he's really bad, but he's not a Dani Alves, he's
But
not a
but he has
Balde.
improved, man. Compared to that season, I think he
Yes,
has improved a lot. The connection with Lamine and all that.
I agree. I agree that he has improved, and he goes centrally sometimes just to let Lamine play on the wing or other way around. Uh, but defensively, I think, like, personally, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. I can't name a better right back defensively this season. Because defensively he's just so solid, man. And many times it's like a fullback is Cancelo. Cancelo is not. He's not that bad defensively, even though we remember some awful performances from him against PSG last season and then in Clasico. But he's not the same. Kunde is so much better defensively. And I'm saying in the chat as well, I'm worried about Kunde and Lamine overload. And that's exactly what we're talking about now, that we need to make some rotation
In
in the
terms of
team because
fitness, no?
Lamine is not even 18 yet, and he's got nine months until he turns 18. So this guy is still developing, man. Like he's got, I don't know, like 3 more years to develop, maybe less, maybe more. It depends on each person. But Lamine has got to rest, and Kunde. I think Kunde. I'm not sure he had some rest this season. Maybe a few minutes.
I think there was a game, man. I remember that. I don't remember exactly
You know.
what game, but there was a game that Hector Ford started, man. If I'm not wrong, man. Well, against who was it, man? But there was
I
one.
think
There was
maybe
one for sure, man. For sure, there was one.
Osasuna. I'm trying to track. Like, does anyone remember when does Kunde not play? Like this
Let me see
guy,
if I can find it here, man. Someone in the chat would definitely know it, man. But I'll see here and try to see if I can see on the phone here, man. Barcelona.
yeah. The thing is, I don't know if he needs it, but this guy is posting on Instagram. Like, if you guys are following Boss, you're probably gonna know that this guy's coming back from main matches and posting on Instagram that he's walking out at 5 a.m.
He was against Alaves, man. It was against Alaves.
Out
Dude,
of it.
I think I know. Do I don't know if that actually was true at all, man. but there was like some reports that he didn't start it because he got late to the pre-match talk or some
I mean,
or something
yeah,
like
pretty
that, man. I
much.
don't really know if that was actually true, but I remember seeing that, man. But yeah, that was the game, man. The Hector Ford started the game and it actually did quite well. But other than that, I think
Mm.
Kunde played basically every game, almost every minute, man.
All the time. He's just always walking out. Like I would see him when he comes back. You know, I guess it's gonna. I bet it's gonna do the same thing. Like we're gonna wake up tomorrow and we're gonna see a story of Kunde saying, like just Kunde walking out with his music and his wood clothes. You know, like
But
this guy loves it.
I always had the thought and like the feeling on them, and I think the good players, man, they rest like on the pitch, like Messi, man. Messi almost
Messi.
never got subbed, man, because he rested on the pitch with the ball, man. When the team is controlling the team as well, man. I always had the feeling, of course, that the body needs it, man. But I think the good players, it's at the end of the day that they have to be playing, man. But yeah, Kunde, man, I mean, I'm just in love with the guy, man. With his level, with the he's been playing, man. Hopefully he can continue like that, man.
Yeah, I think his improvement. I wouldn't say that he surprised me the most because I think Rafinha is definitely
Yeah, I
the
think
one.
Rafinha is
But
the most improved player, definitely, no, man. I think in terms of the
yeah,
jump of the level, no.
yeah, without a doubt. But I think Kunde, what surprised me is that this guy was so unstable.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever the ball was wrong Kunde, I remember the Clasico that we won 2-1 with the goal of Kessie.
SCA, no.
So yeah, I think he made some terrible mistakes in this match from there. And to see him now so stable, like the word, if you have to describe Kunde in one word, would be like he's stable. He's
Mm-hmm.
stable, and that's the opposite of what I'd say like a year ago because this guy was making so many mistakes. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, and I'm seeing the ratings of the match, and I think that statistically Pena got an 8.3, and I guess it does also go down to the fact that the mistakes that he made it was offside anyway. You know what I mean?
I don't know how much time do you think of or continue. Do you wanna do like our match ratings? No, or the play. Or usually when I do like the post match, I do that with the chat and all that. No.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we can do that, and then the chat, you guys are gonna let us know. Like each player, just write the player name and the rating you're gonna give them, and let's go one by one. You
Yeah, we're
wanna
gonna
you,
one
you
number
have the
one, and
lineup?
then the chat says, and then that's it.
Mm. Okay, so I've got obviously Inaki Pena. So I'm seeing the statistics. Let's do one to 10.
Mm-hmm. You you do
I'm gonna
yours, and
go.
then yeah, then I say mine.
Yeah,
No.
it's so hard to say just because the mistakes that he made it was usually offside anyway. So let's ignore that, just because it was offside, even though it's hard to ignore it. But let's say, for example, if Mbappe scored 2 goals and it was offside, it doesn't count. So I guess we're gonna go with it doesn't count. If that doesn't count, I'm gonna give him an 8. I'd say it's hard, because maybe it would even be a 9 if I wouldn't see that these two passes, I think, that almost cost us. But
Mm-hmm.
I'd give Pena an 8. I'm still saying that I'm not confident about Pena, and I would like to see it change if Chesney is actually good and fit. Obviously, we don't know as we said because we haven't seen him. What do you give Inaki Pena?
Yeah, I would probably go with Freddy as well, man. I think overall probably was his best game in the season, man, or at least the game that he shined and stood up the most, no. But yeah, there was a few like a pair, two, three plays that still gives like the lack of confidence that we were talking about, man. But as a whole, I think he did it very well, man, and it's a game that you cannot complain about him, man. Even if there was apparent actions, but yeah, man, the saves 1v1 with Mbappe, the one that even if wasn't offside, still incredible save, the Bellingham one. So yeah, man, I think an 8 is a good size, man. You know what the chat
Yeah.
is saying, man. But yeah, I think 8
Yeah, so we'll
is good.
agree with Ed. If anyone wants to argue, the chat is open. Let us know what you think that was the rating for Pena, and we're gonna go for Kunde. And this is hard, because Kunde got to one of the most difficult tasks in world football, and
Yeah,
that's
to
to
mark
to take care
Kylian
of
Mbappe, no.
both. Yeah, and Vinicius, man, because they're changing all the time. Koundé is so hard, man. I think I'm trying to remember because it's also for me it's always hard for me to do these player ratings because you need to remember all the plays and
Yeah, like
surely we're gonna be
what the players
forgetting
did and
some
all
of the
that.
things.
I
Yeah,
think
but it's a nice debate, you know. It's a nice debate. It's open to discussion. But I want to say that Koundé, I'm gonna say nine, man. Like this guy was so solid, and it's so hard. Like to play against Mbappe and Vinicius and not concede. Not many people get that, you know.
I mean, man, as you said, it is probably the hardest task a defender can have in world football because probably the players that he was trying to having to defend, man, is that what very very good players technically and like physically and in terms of speed are beasts, man. So yeah, man, I think to not be the same as you, man, I would probably give like a 9.2, a little bit more, man, because in the second
Okay,
half,
okay.
man, is essentially, well, I don't want to say it, but essentially poked Mbappe, man. Essentially poked Mbappe off the game, man. And I think he stood off, man, and he's probably one of the he's probably together with Lamine, Rafinha, probably one of the like the first players that you know game in, game out is gonna be in the starting 11, no, man. So yeah, man, but
Um,
incredible, man, incredible for him.
we're gonna go with Kubarsi now, and I'm trying to think of some errors that Kubarsi made, and maybe it's just the euphoria of this match, but I can't really remember any. Like Kubarsi, I thought was really solid. I remember one slide tackle that I loved. So I'm gonna, but at the same time, I do feel like we had some spaces in the middle that I didn't like, and I don't want to get too carried away with this. So I'm gonna give Kubarsi a solid 8 because you can't really give him a 7 because
No, no, no,
again
seven.
the players that he was playing against. I don't want to give him a 9 either because 9 is like excellence. What would you take?
I think in the first half, man, I remember, man. In the first half, he had a lot of moments, man. Especially when Madrid was coming off in the counter and all that. He had like some last ditch tackles that they were very decisive, man, and let Barca through the game, man. So yeah, man. I think I'm gonna be giving it a little bit more, man. I'm gonna be giving it an 8.5, man, because
Mhm.
and I know the next one is Inigo, but if you allow me, man, for Inigo, when I do, I usually do the two together, man. For Inigo, I would be giving
Yeah.
8.5 as well, because I think that essentially both of them, the job of the two center back pairings is well, it's together, no. So I think Inigo also did very well, and I think both of them with an 8.5 is in a good size. I don't know if you agree or not, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because Inigo, we just saw the highlights and the pass that he made to, I think it was Rafinha to the fourth goal, right? Yeah, to the fourth goal. The pass that he made to Rafinha was just outrageous. This is an amazing pass, and this is what we get from Inigo because the pace, you're not going to get the pace from Inigo. He's
No,
not
no,
going to be
no.
as quick as Valde, but his positioning is outstanding, and
Pos-
his long balls.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're amazing, and he's left-footed as well. It's not something that you often see. That these we all know that the left-footed centre backs always cost more because we need them, not only for us, obviously, in the whole market they cost more because there aren't many, and to have these long balls. And I want to take you back to I don't know, 1 year ago, 2 years ago, for example, when Inigo arrives to the club, I just think, and I kept thinking it until this season, the word is average. Like he's not bad, but he's not going to be a starter. Because this is a guy who's been playing at Athletic Bilbao for a long time. He was at Real Sociedad earlier, and he's not going to be that good. But Inigo has been surprising me a lot. I think that's something that we're going to agree. So I'm going to stick with you 8.5, even on the verge of 9, just because he made some tackles there that I absolutely loved.
And got
So
an
yeah.
assist there. Where I think we didn't mention it, but he got an assist in the goal for Rafinha. That the incredible pass
Yeah,
was for him as well. So that definitely gives a little bit for him, definitely.
yeah, yeah. That this pass was amazing. So we've got Balde. I
About
think
Go on, man.
Out of the four, I think Balde was the worst in the first half. I felt like Balde, maybe just me, but I don't really feel confident when Balde has the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he got the ball, he was a little bit panicking. Maybe I don't know what you're gonna think, but the pass to Lewandowski was just outrageous, man.
Cinema,
And
no.
I think he lose the ball a few times there on the left, but nah, this pass to Lewandowski was accurate, and we must not overlook this because even though the header was just outstanding, the pass was still so accurate. What's your opinion on that? I'm gonna give him 7.5.
Just a moment, man. I think Oscar is trying to enter in the call, man. Can you just call him or something,
Oh,
man? Because
yeah, sure.
I think he's in on the chat. Just
Yeah.
a moment,
So
man. Tao is gonna be calling you, man.
I'm gonna do like this, and then let's switch this. And we're gonna add Oscar. You might have seen if you are in the what was I gonna say? If you are watching if you are watching the podcast that we made, either watching on YouTube or on listening on Spotify, you are gonna know who Oscar is. And I'm not sure that I have him added. So maybe he's just gonna send me a friend request and then I'm gonna add him. Until then, you can go on. I'm going to be talking with Oscar. What do you think about Balde? I gave him a 7.5.
Well, man. I think I think overall was a good game for him. I think what he had to do he did well. I think going in the attack, connection with Rafinha, especially in the second half. The first half was more in the defensive part of the game. But yeah, I had the feeling sometimes, man, that he took a little bit to do the plays. Sometimes like overcomplicated some plays, man.
Yeah,
But at the end of the day, man, with the way the game when everything goes so well in the game, man, it's difficult to put a bad score for a player, man. And the assist, man, the assist
that's
at the
what
end
I
of the
think
day
too.
is just top notch and incredible. So yeah, man, you gave him 7.5, no? I think
Yeah,
I would go with that as well, man. I think that is for him the game is in good size, definitely, man.
mhm. And I'm going to be adding Oscar. So let's.
Okay. All right. Well, I think Ty got off the stream, man. But yeah, man. Who else, man? After Balde, Casado, no, nah, Casado as well, man. The level that Casado is being showing, man. For me, as I said before, man. For me, I think he he has to continue in the team, man. I think it's difficult to take him off the team, man. And he just and he's just a player, man, that has earned his has earned his space on the team, man, and at the moment cannot be dropped off, man. Let me see if I can do something, man. If I can come back to the thingy, man, to the to the to the OBS, man, and then finish our thingy here, man. Just a moment, man. Let me see if my camera. Okay. Now then, here we can change like end the scores in here, man. We are 26 2 in October. In terms of goals, man, is that really the stat, man? Wow, how crazy that is, man. How crazy is that, To if you compare that with last season, for example, man, I think that would have been probably probably impossible, man, to think that we in October, man, or on in a month alone we would have that like that stat, man. I mean, it's just the level that the team is showing. Oh, those ratings is from the last match, man. Let me pull what we had said, man. Inaki Pena 8, Kunde 9. We can repass it before. Let me just we put it so that we can continue. Balde 7.5, no? Caçador. Caçador, we were here. Nah, Caçador, man, I think. What do you guys think, man? I think an 8, no, man. 8.5 for him, man. Got the yellow card. The yellow for him, man, was something that was a little bit decisive, man. But I think was the right decision from Flick, man, to keep him on the pitch, man, and not to sub him off for Frankie, man. I think it was the right decision to keep Caçador, Frankie, and Pedri, man, because like that you had the intensity and the pressing from Caçador together with the pause and calmness from Frankie, you know. Give everybody good ratings. A second for Martin and just for being on the bench, no, man. Look at Ferran, and Ferran is always gonna be here, man. I'll never take off his name, man, because Ferran and Gerard Martins are already icons, man. Icons of our streams, man, and they had to be here, man. Just for the bender, man. Frankie almost deserve rating, not for sure, man. I don't know why, man. My notes never save, man. I have changed. Let me change this list, this injury list, man. There are players that don't have to be here anymore, man. Let me save here. Yeah, let me put Omo and Omo. Yeah, definitely, man. Because I think both. Well, De Jong played 45 minutes, no. Almost at 60, something like that, no? Gavin get a yellow already. Now, getting back to normal, no, man. Getting good old Gavi, man. Good old Gavi with the yellow cards, man. Nothing new in there, man. At the end of the day, nothing new, man. Pedri, man. Pedri, I mean, man, of course, was very good, as always, man. But I don't think it was like the game that he shined the most, man. If I'm completely honest with you, man. I think it was a game that, well, in the first half, he got a lot of the ball, man. And I think was helping Barca to getting off the press and all that. But the second half, as a number 10, I think he, even if the team got better, I think he got a little bit shadowed, no? But I'm going to be giving an 8 for him, man. An 8. But I don't have the sofa score. Pedri completed the most pass, really, man. But so let me just let me get in the sofa score quickly, man, so that we can see the stats and all that, man, as we are doing, man. Pedri as a 10 is not great. I mean, man, I think he does well, man. I think he has the how you say, man, he definitely has the profile to play in there, man, for sure. But I think in the system from Flick, man, in the way Barca is playing, I think we get more from him on the midfield, man. On the midfield, as number 8, man. I think we need like the player to get involved in the build up, to be close with Caçador, and at the end of the day help the ball get forward, man. And you see, man, when for example, man, in the first games of the season, man, when Dani Olmo was on the pitch, man, the connection Pedri Dani Olmo, man, for sure. And by the way, man, sorry if the live here on YouTube was a little bit more a second place, man, because in the day, man, I was on the chat with what's his name, with Talman, but now we can do our things, man. But yeah, let me see, man. 91% passes, man. 53 out of 58. Wow, that's quite a lot, man. Quite a lot. Key passes 1, no. 3 out of 6 wheels. No, one thing that I'm liking a lot from Pedri is his defensive, man. His defensive commitment, defensive awareness, man. The last game as well, man, against Bayern, man, he had done a lot in that part of the game, man. Today again, man. Okay, man. Rafinha, well, scored the goal. The second half improved a lot. The first, I think, was a little bit wasn't his best game, man. But in the second half, definitely did it very well, man. So I think an 8.5, no, man. An 8.5 for him is in good size, man. And scored, what a goal he scored, man. Bah, what a chip that was, man. For a moment, I thought that the ball wasn't gonna be entering in, man. But Rafinha, but when you are in such a good moment, man, everything you do end up in a goal essentially, man. Or it's like Leva, no man. Leva, everything that he touches, man, becomes a goal, man. Fermin, man. Fermin probably, I think a 7, no man. Didn't do badly, definitely do badly, but joga bonito, exactly, man. The fair, the star, no, it is that, man, and he's with that level of confidence, man. That he always tries the dribbles, the one on one. For me, our worst player, man. Yeah, worst is kind of I think a harsh word, no man, but definitely the player that stood out the least, no, that stood out the least compared to the rest, man. So yeah, I think a 7, man, and I think the sub was the correct, man. I think it was the right sub to take him off, man, and put Frankie, man, and at the end of the day, that was what changed the match. Let me see on Sofa score, man. Yeah, look, 6.4, no, was a little bit, I don't know, man. Defensively, he was doing well, man. I remember a tackle in the man, what is the name, like in the side, no, in the right hand side, man, no, left hand side, I think it was from Vini or something like that. That he was doing very well, man. Finally, we have a request, for sure, man. Long time, man, long time that there wasn't that, man. But yeah, we can. Nothing better, man, than a week coming off from a Bayern and a Clásico win, man. Now we can rest a bit, man. In the next games, man, Espanyol game is always a tough game and always a game with intensity, you know. But the next two games, I think, are games definitely more chilled games than this one that we had, man. Then Real Sociedad, Celta Vigo, those are a little bit more hard games, man. But I think the hardest games, at least for now, they have passed off. No, I want to score 5 goals in 20 minutes against Panel. Hopefully, man. Hopefully that is what we can happen, man. But it would be incredible, no, man, to come off a win against Bayern, a win at Clásico, and a win in the Catalonia derby, no, man. Bah, how incredible that would be, man. That would be just probably the dream, man. But yeah, that game probably is the game to rest a little bit, no, man. To make 1-2 changes, no, man. Probably put Dani Olmo at the start, no, man. But we discussed on the last screen, and though we thought that Dani Olmo probably would I thought he would have started, to be fair, man. But I understand that at the end of the day, man, when you come off from the game against Bayern, man, and everything went the way it did, is difficult to change, man. Essentially, there wasn't really any reason to change, man. But I'm seeing the stream on Twitter is 5.7k, man. Wow, that is outrageous, man. That is kind of crazy. Who came with the schedule mostly away games, and we have another international break? Why? I mean, man, there has been already two international breaks, man. There's gonna be another one. After the Sociedad game, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Always La Liga trying to screw was often, man. But at the moment, I think they're definitely not succeeding with that, man. Lamine, wow. I think Lamine, for me, Lamine, the first half, man, was the player that I'm gonna be giving a 9, man. For me, Lamine was the player in the first half that was the biggest threat, man. The 8.5, no, I think 8.5 is more fair enough, no, man. Scored a goal, but what a goal! We're talking about him, man. Probably his first goal with his right foot. I don't really remember, man. He scoring a goal with his right foot, if I'm kind of honest, man. Being honest with you, man. But I mean, he's always a threat, man. I have the feeling that he's lacking those kind of games, man. Those big games, those games with they have a lot involved in them. And Leva, man, I think Leva. But if he had scored all of the chances that he had, man, probably being close to a 10, man. But as lost the 2 goals that he lost, I think 9. The 9 that is here is already in good size, no. Against Panyol, the ref will be Hugh Manzano. For sure, man, for sure. the way that Barca is going, man, Barca is winning. Probably La Liga will try to find a way to screw us over, as they always do, man. For sure, for sure. To be honest, I'm surprised it wasn't Human Sana today, man. If I'm honest with you, sometimes I mean to take too much with the ball. Yeah, no, sometimes yeah, man. Sometimes is what we talk with Tom, man. He kind of overcomplicates more than he does, man. I still pissed at the Mateo Lahoz 1-1 draw, man. The one on when it was 2 seasons ago, no? 2 seasons ago. Nah, Mateo Lahoz. Thank God, man. Thank God he's not refereeing again, man. Because wow, that guy, man. You probably remember that the World 2022 World Cup quarterfinal, man, against Netherlands, man. Wow, the man. The man just didn't gave a red card because there wasn't any reason to do it. Because if not, I mean, the guy he calls every foul. Is that the type of ref, man, that wants to make the game his own? You know, he wants to be the protagonist, man. And a ref that wants to be the protagonist, for me personally, I don't like it, man. I don't think is that is the way a ref should be refereeing the match. And before Flick, man, let's do Oma and Young, man. I mean, Young, I'm going to be giving an 8, man, for sure. But I'm going to be giving both 8s, man. I think both helped a lot in the game, man. Both have helped a lot, especially Frankie, man. I think Frankie was the key, man. Was the key to get the win, man, and to get the positive. Because what was lacking in the first half was exactly that, man. The confidence that, like, to be in the attack, man. More time to have more possessions in the attack, man. I think that was what lagged a little bit for us, for sure, man. And with Frankie, we recovered that, man, and he helped us to get them. I think Frankie 30 minutes every game, for sure, man, for sure. The next game, to be fair, man, I think he could start. I think he has earned his right to get a start, man, and see the level that he shows from the start. But yeah, man, 45 games, man. Man of the match for you, says Pedri, man. I think Leva, man. I think Leva probably was the man of the match with the 2 goals, man. At the end of the day, the 2 goals are difficult to not have on count. Eu acho que o Leva, né, o PGM, com os 2 gols, né, mano. Ainda que poderia ter feito mais, né, mano. Ainda que poderia ter feito mais 100%, né, mano. Os gols que ele perdeu, mano. O primeiro, principalmente, mano. Não, é incrível, mano. Fez os mais difíceis, mano. Fez os gols mais difíceis, os mais fáceis ele perdeu, mano. Mas que sim, mano. Provavelmente Leva. Cara, eu gostei muito do jogo do Kubarsi, mano. Leva mais nos. Missed the tap in Washington, man. Missed the tap in, but scored an incredible goal, man. Missed the tap in, but scored an incredible header, incredible goal in the first one, man. And Flick, man, Flick a 9.5, no, man, a 9.5 for Flick, man, because I think the win has to do with him a lot, because he identified what needed to change, man. He identified what was not what was not working, no, man, and made the right change at the right time, and essentially made Barca win, man. Also, Dani Olmo coming in, and the way that team played, man. What else you want? A 4-0, 4-0, mano, clean sheet. Jogo spectacular game, man. Great game managing, brought finger. Now the key, man. That was the key, man. Both Real Madrid, he switched how he played. Yeah, he did. I mean, man, I think Flick is a very good manager, man. He has shown that he's a very good manager, man. In terms of reading the game, man. In terms of seeing what's happening on the pitch, man, and if needed, no, doing the right subs, doing the right changes to get the team better, man. And that's something that I think lacked a little bit with under Xavi last season in some moments, man. With Xavi, that's probably his biggest weakness. Exactly, man. Exactly. Took a lot of time to change the subs and all that, man. And Flick, And the thing, he doesn't he hesitate, you know, man. He knew it. We needed control. We needed calmness. We need pause. Pam, Frankie De Jong at half time instead of Firmino, man. And it paid off, man. And it paid off. And after that, Dani Olmo as well, man. So because well, I said it, man. When Modric came home, man, Madrid probably could have had more of the ball, man, but left more spaces, man. And with Dani Olmo on the pitch, man, you can take profit of that space and connect with Rafinha, connect with Lamine, all that. But honestly, lads, I think that's gonna be it for today, man. To be honest, I'm kind of starving, man. Kind of starving. Um, I haven't eaten since lunch, basically, man. And yeah, man, I'm just gonna be enjoying, man. But yeah, man, what a game, man! What a game overall, man! Incredible. Coming from the Bayern game as well, man. Who'd have thought, man? Who'd have thought that we would have won a game against Bayern that we didn't won 9 years ago, man? In a Clásico, man. A Clásico 4-0 at the Bernabeu, man. Visca Barça and Visca Martin for Visca, man. Prepare yourself for the next game, Zuriel, man. Prepare yourself for the next game. They're probably gonna be snitching themselves as well in there, man. But yeah, man. Thank all the lads that tune in the stream, and sorry if the first hour of the stream was a little bit difficult here on YouTube, man. But we'll try to control it more in the next ones, man. And that's it, man. Incredible week, incredible games. And that's gonna be it, man. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya, man. Ooh. Sorry about that.